Dobrý večer, přátelé, dobrý večer. Tak, totální nestíhačka, jak jsem říkal už i včera. A ještě to nějakou chvilku bude trvat. Tak. Ale jdeme na to. Jdeme něco maličko, jdeme odehrát. Tak. Tak. Tady máme všech. Tak. Takže teďka zkusíme dojít sem teda. A jak to tak na to koukám, tak to bude asi tudy. Je prapodivný, že už máme odhalený takový velký kus té mapy. Ještě zatím jsme neobjevili tak žádnou vesnici nebo něco. Tak.
What brings you to the sands, mortal?
OK. Jsou tady rozmístěný jaký přátelský osoby. Nebylo to tak, jako že by mi neobrali ani nějak. To je to. Ehagonová hrobka tam, ale asi nechci ještě. No. Začínám lehce pociťovat nějakou potřebu zase lepších zbraní i lepší... zbroje. Nějaká první vesnice, že by... No, prostě je tady jenom nějaký kostel, chrám. Nebo hospoda, nebo co to je? Předsunutá základna. Aha. Motusové těžební.
I'm not sure what's more dangerous, the Fae out in the desert or the desert itself.
Name's Alex. Alex Anatole. Let me know if you've got any equipment that needs repairing. I'll get it back to you as good as new.
Výborně.
It's a dangerous region for sure. There are beasts out there just waiting to tear a gnome apart. The mining operations here have run into a real wall when it comes to the local wildlife. Take heed and learn from their hardship. Make sure you're well equipped and don't hesitate to ask for repairs. They're Motus Mining's only competition out here. They set up shop first actually, but they're just about finished. When Motus moved in, they lured the Aaron workers with promise of higher wages. Aaron excavations never recovered. I hear the foreman, Edgar Aaron, is pretty bitter about it. He still hasn't left though. Probably holding on to the hope he can get his business running again. Paying for adequate repairs will save your skin.
Tady by se daly nabrat nějaký vedlejšáky, ale neřekl bych, že je chci. Můžu otevřít bez postihu tady truhlu nějakou? To bude nějaká questová záležitost, řekl bych. Z toho. Vycházejí světýlka, jako kdyby se dala lootnout, ale teďka se nedá lootnout. Tady bude další quest, nějaký. Bude určitě vstup do nějaký štoly, jasně.
There's no work here for you, stranger. Check with Motus if you're looking for a job. You'll not find one with us. I've lived in the Hollowlands for a time, seen lights and heard rumbles from the top that could have been the world's quietest storm, or very powerful magic. Mark my words, there's something happening up there. They call themselves a mining operation. They're more like a thieves' den. I was in the Hollowlands long before they ever set up shop. Once they got settled, they offered better wages to my workers. Every single one of them is working for Motus now. I couldn't compete with that kind of money. I've spent a lot of time here in the Hollowlands, living off the soil and the wildlife. I thought I'd finally made a living for myself when I discovered the mineral deposits here. Not sure what I'll do now that Motus has stolen my workers, but I'll think of something. Motus will get theirs someday. I hired a small army of gnomes to help me with the mine. Spent a lot of money transporting them here and gave them a good living. And the miserable bastards had the gall to leave me for Motus.
Mhm. Tak. Tady bylo nějaký velký zvíře. Jakože fakt hodně velký. Čemu to je? To asi vůbec ani nechci. Co vy tady děláte? Co tady střežíte? Tamhle je nějaký kostlivec. Zajímavý. Tady někdo byl. Jenom jsem ho mysnul. No jo, tady je zase jako toho poměrně hodně na... Hodně... Nějaký vedlejšáky. Jsou tady znovu. Tak, jak se tam dostanu za tebou nahoru? Fuj, jaselek. Nádhera. Tak, to vlastně poberem. Co to zase je? Se tady zdali nějaký zombíci hnusný. Těžký, OK. Tak, s tímhle nic neudělám. Tak. Potřebuju pokecat, ale...
You are my contact. I should have known. Punctuality is not one of your papal strengths, and you have so few. My fellow Templars and I sponsor research that will lead to the betterment of all mortals. Sadly, Alfar and man alike often have trouble accepting the reason behind our decisions. But most gnomes realize we have their best interests in mind. As Templar, the Forum demands that I do everything in my power to advance our knowledge. It is a tremendous responsibility, and one I take quite seriously. Formerus Hughes is one of my most brilliant scholars, and as you know, his research shows tremendous potential. His recovery is of paramount importance. his knowledge is invaluable and must not fall into the wrong hands. And I'm terribly worried about your safety too, of course. That goes without saying. Odessa is the greatest bastion of knowledge and understanding in the world. Alpha have their arts, mankind has its gods, but our only commandments are the solid, predictable laws of natural science. You may recall our mutual friend, Formerus Hughes, the gnome who brought you back to life? I suspect you would, but I gather you've been quite busy. Well, Scholar Hughes has been missing since the attack on his tower. As his patron, I am quite concerned. I want you to find him. You are, how shall I say, uniquely suited to the task.
No, tak už bych se tam teoreticky mohl vydat. Jestli je přežil.
Don't be obtuse. I am his patron. As such, I own everything that Scholar Hughes produces. I suppose that includes you as well.
Ne, mě
The
teda
secrets in
nevlastníš.
his laboratories are meant for gnome eyes only. They must be controlled at any cost. I could ask the same question. For all I know, Formerus Hughes is on the run from you. I am willing to assume that's not the case. Simply put, you may be my only chance of locating Hughes, just as I may be yours. It would seem the incident at Alistar made Scholar Hughes a touch paranoid. Every time we receive a clue about his location, he vanishes before I can reach him. But he's running out of places to hide. It's my opinion that there's one hope left of finding Hughes. You. Fine. Satisfy your curiosity. As long as you keep Hughes safe, I will not stand in your way. Hughes has an old laboratory in the cavern of Saltwell Mines. I believe he's been conducting research there since the destruction of Alistar Tower. Find him, and you will be rewarded for your contribution to science. I will await your success in the Librarium in Odessa. He may have returned to his old laboratory in Saltwell Mines. But if any of my people approach, he'll flee. He's quite paranoid, for good reason.
To, že by fakt žil. By to chtělo nějakého obchodníka tady někde najít. No.
What is it?
Tak co, přežil to, nebo to nepřežil? To nevypadá dobře. Nemám dost místa v inventáři. Ach jo. What the fuck? By tam byly ty pokusy. Tady pokračovaly taky nějaký. S tou studnou duší. A jediný, co se jim tady dařilo, tak z toho lezli tady nějaký zombíci. OK. OK. Škoda, že to nemá regeneraci zbraní. Teda regeneraci zdraví, ne zbraní.
Thanks.
RK, FK, CC. Díky za ten follow. Každopádně bych to možná mohl zkusit. Ale taky nemám místo. Co je tohle? Tohle to nebude nic. A nic, tak si musím udělat zase místo. Co musím vyházet z té veteše, tady ty obyčejné věci. Vyhážu. Tak, zničit. Přeci jenom tady to má daleko větší hodnotu. I na nějaký prodej. Tak. Zkusím. Nemůžu rovnou se vybavit tím. Odsud, OK. Tohle to dáme k veteši, tohle to taky. Ukaž to. No, ale že by to byl nějaký zásadní rozdíl. Ještě že tady mám zranění ohněm a já taky používám zrovna i ty čakramy, které teda jsou zrovna o blescích. A uvidíme, jak to bude fungovat. Jsme to... Jo, takže to bude ono. To je, jak oni se tady pokoušeli z té studně duší vytvářet mě. Prostě. Tak z toho lezli prostě takovýhle zombíci. Potom. Naprčejc. Jsem si nevšimnul blbý pasti. Tak, klid. Tohle brát ani nebudu. Mhm. Tak najdu tě, nebo tě nenajdu tady? Ha, venku začíná pršet. Hurá, konečně. Díky dobrý, akorát tak na prodej. Sakra, tamhle jich je. A vteřinku půjdu preventivně pozavírat okna po bytě. se na ně jdeme podívat tady. Možná použijeme teďka, máme nabito ty schopnosti, tak je použijeme. Ty všichni? Tak. Jo, já mám zase full inventář. A též. Tohle asi ani nebudu zase brát, abych si zbytečně to nepřeplňoval. Tak. Ale, co pak to tady máme? Šance na omráčení. Zase nějaká součást nějaký sady. Mám zase plno. Ach jo, ach jo. Ale on fakt žije. To žije.
Have Have I been down here so long? Is the madness so great that I see the faces of the damned before me? Or is it really you? It is! By the tome! Come closer. Let me look at you. It has been an eternity since I've seen a trusted face. Are you? In many ways, your awakening has brought me nothing but misery. But that is not your fault. I am to blame for all of it. Wait, do you hear that sound? It could be the Sons of Laz, but it could be someone else.
Fíha. Fíha. A to bylo jako co?
The last we spoke, it was the Tuatha that reduced my lab to cinders. Now it's assassins. Everywhere I go, destruction follows. I have grown so weary of it, my friend. All I ever wanted was to unlock death's secrets, to shed light on the shadows. I never wanted this. Thank you for more than just your protection, for being the one good thing to come of this disaster. I have few friends, but I gladly count you among them. I trust him with my life, which is why I've been trying to contact him since I fled Alistar, but to no avail. Where is he now that I need him most? Wait, of course. He is the one I trust most, and the one who would benefit most from my death. I am a fool! Octien is behind the assassins, and now that you and I are together, he will try to kill us both. Why did I not see this before? If he could repair the Well of Souls in Alistar, then he has no need of me. Not if he has Ventrinio. Ventrinio de Cellini. We used to work together in this lab on projects sponsored by Templar Octien. But when we were tasked with creating the well, Ventrinio sought to use any means at our disposal, regardless of the implications or consequences. Eventually, he was taken away, and I was sent to work at Alistar. But it seems he continued his work here, long enough to create those monsters. They are the animated dead. Early experiments in the field of immortality. They will forever haunt these cursed caverns. Ventrinio named them after a mythical figure who rose from the dead. He looked on them and saw potential. I see only abominations.
Tak jsem měl pravdu.
No, not me. But Ventrinio's old notes suggest that he may know a way into Alabastra. I wonder, perhaps, is it possible that you have met Ventrinio already? That would explain it. You were attuned to his well, but raised from mine. Unfortunately, the only way to find Ventrinio is to go through Templar Octien, which will not be easy now that we know of his treachery. Octien is a powerful sorcerer with tremendous influence. If you attacked him outright, you would lose all credibility. We must play his game. The only one capable of dealing with Octien in Edessa will be another Templar. Luckily, we have one. Her name is Templar Joriel, and she is reputed for her wisdom and strength of character. She and Octien rarely see eye to eye on matters of policy. If Joriel can make Octien answer for his crimes, then we will gain access to his information. That includes the location of Ventrinio's lab. If you wish to uncover the mystery of your deaths, then you will need Ventrinio. He is the key to Alabastra. Find Templar Joriel in Edessa. We don't have much evidence, but I have a feeling she will help us.
OK.
My old colleague, Ventrinio Desilini. For a time we worked together under Templar Octien. He was a brilliant scholar, but a terrible person. I told Octien he couldn't be trusted and refused to work with him, but it appears the Templars simply moved him to another lab with some mysterious assistant. The Tuatha are a radical splinter of the Fae. Insane, bloodthirsty, and immortal. Even when they die, their essence returns home to be reborn later. They hate mortals like you and me, and want us wiped off the face of Amalur. I can only imagine how much they hate the idea of mortals being reborn. The Templars rule from the Forum, and you can't get a thing done in the city without the sponsorship of one of them. They can be powerful allies, but the one thing you don't want to do is get on their bad side. I am Fomerus Hughes, scholar of vivification, prime circle. The Well of Souls was my life's work. It's everything I've been able to put together concerning Templar Octien's crimes, with supporting evidence from Ventrinio's notes and correspondence. I always suspected I might need leverage over Octien. It seems Ventrinio felt the same. You must remember to thank him for me. Ah, Edessa. The great gnomish city-state. Knowledge, reason, and logic rule there, as do bureaucracy and intrigue. A clever gnome can go far in that city, and a wise gnome goes far away from it. Ventrinio's notes reference some highly capable assistants that joined him in testing the well and collecting Prismia, but there's no mention of their identity. Whoever they are, they're clever, resourceful, and very dangerous. If we could find them, we might have a lead, or even a way into Alabastra. Oh, don't call it that. You're just having a talk with Octien in the library. In return for your discretion, he'll give us what we want. I know it's unpleasant, but when you work with the Templars, you just start thinking this way. It helps you stay alive.
OK. OK. Jistě. Jistě mě to zase pošle přes celou mapu. To znamená, že se tady prostě zdržíme. A tak ty různý questíky, co byly tady, tak je pozbíráme a budeme tady sbírat prostě questíky. Takže to tady doděláme. Tak, tyhneme si úroveň. Doděláme asi to přesvědčování, ať to máme na max. Tak. Potom už se začneme věnovat tomu kovářství. Si dáme taky na max. Potom uvidíme ostatní věci. Tak. Do čeho to tady nainvestuju? Potřebuju prostě maxnout tady ty čakramy. Takže potřebujeme prostě zdvihnout schopnosti s kouzlama. Vylepšíme si tohle z toho. Vyžaduje 70 bodů ve schopnosti síla. Aha. Křižák. Hele. Hele ho. %40 získaného zranění převedeno na manu. OK. Tak. Co tady máš hezkýho? Jo, já mám furt plno. Tak nic, no. Tady prostě fakt není nikde žádný obchodník. Nikde. Aby jsem to mohl prodávat. Tak musím putovat prostě někam dopryč. Nazdar, hoši. Tak. Tak. Jdeme někam skočit. Možná sem. Protože si tam ještě odhodíme tady ty rukavice. Minimálně. Tak. Ten si ještě schovám, ještě ho nebudu prodávat. Sice zůstanu asi tady v tom, tačka. Tak, vzhůru za obchodníkem a za opravama.
There's roof beams to cut, thatch and wattle to collect. I'm sorry,
Jo,
stranger,
to
it
už jsme
seems I'm
všechno
the man
slyšeli, oprav mě nejdřív. Jup, tak.
to get this village rebuilt. I have to get the next few keepsakes.
A kde seš ty? Tamhle ta obchodnice, prodáme vetéž.
I'm sorry for being, but you've saved us. Beware the. We've still a long way now. What is it that?
Tak. To tak. To prostě všechno střelím tady to. Akorát mi to zabírá místo v inventáři. Nevím, kupuje kradené zboží, OK.
I can do for you. Widow spare you.
Tak. Jdeme sem, nabereme tady nějaký vedlejšáčky. Minimálně jeden.
Looks like I'm in luck. Didn't expect to see so heavily armed an adventurer wandering into our camp. Are you interested in a job? I've got a fey beast situation I need taken care of. Excellent. A pack of wild fey have holed up at the canyon hill site at the top of the ledge. I've already dispatched a scholar to investigate, but he hasn't returned. You'll find him near the road towards the mine. I'll have more information for you there, but it isn't useful for much else. The coward refuses to go near the fey. Get to the site and figure out why those blasted things have come out of the mine, and then get rid of them. Speak to the scholar when the deed is done. He'll pay you. If it weren't for the beast lurking at our doorstep every day, I'd find this place quaint. As it is, I can barely retain my sanity. Capstan Odvar runs an inn and serves as our chief of security. I've received reports of strange happenings in those caverns. One of the workers claimed he saw horrifically scarred men wandering near Saltwell Mouth. A forsaken, wretched wasteland with more beasts than grains of sand. Still, by the domes of Odessa, I'll not see this venture fail. I've seen some strange things. Flickers and flashes from the top of that mountain. No idea what causes it, and I don't want none. We've got our hands full down here as it is. He's a weak-eyed, knock-kneed, biscuit-biting excuse for a scholar. But he's the one I've got, so that's that. They were our biggest competition, and they discovered this site, actually. When we caught wind of it, we made sure to get up here with a bag of gold for each of his workers. So they promised to work for us instead, of course. Work like a charm. Poor Edgar Edda never found a way to recover from that. There's no one else to run his mine. He probably couldn't find the money to pay them even if he found new staff. If I sound proud of us, it's 'cause I am. It was a big victory for Motus. Oh, where are my manners? Foreman Vire at your service. This here is Motus Mining's latest outfit, and my care and charge. Our scholar Incer ought to be at the canyon hillside, getting to the bottom of this damn hold-up. He ought to be back already, telling me how he fixed it. If you do see him, give him a kick for me and tell him to get on with it. I've got miners just standing around not mining. Good day.
Tak, ukaž to. OK. OK.
I'm in a terrible bind. I don't dare go forward, and I certainly can't go back. Mind you, I wouldn't go up that eastern ledge. It's most unsafe. I've heard tales of terrifyingly scarred men appearing at the entrance of the caverns from time to time. I don't care why they're there. I just don't want them anywhere near me. It's a place of mystery and intrigue. No one knows what lurks at the top, though everyone's got a guess. Edessa could not have been built without the Motus mining interest. Scholar of mineralogy, Motus mining, and unwitting adventurer. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. Oh yes, a stalwart foreman. He sent you after me, I suppose. Yes. Well, no. I got 10 paces up the slope when I spotted those Fae. What's a scholar to do against hordes of vicious beasts? One of those boggarts, it shook its fist at me.
Okay.
Yes, and find out what's wrong. Now that I've found it, and have no desire to investigate further. There were boggarts, lots of boggarts. And I think I saw a thresh. I was rather too busy running to note the particulars. Well, if you were willing to go first, I would have no objection to trailing behind, at a safe distance.
Okay.
To the Canyon Hill site at the top of the ledge, where a cadre of Fae awaits to rip us to shreds, no doubt. Lead the way. Up the slope we go. There they are.
Tak. Hurá, toto trvalo.
Something at the end of the trail.
Nějaká bariéra.
Another, come to steal the light, come to trouble the reverie.
Ne.
Long, long ago, I wandered lost in the dark of night. I cried a pool into a rocky basin, and starlight gathered there. I fashioned this into a jewel, and by its light found my way home. Is it any wonder that I hold it so dear? When I became aware the light was gone, the shell of the reverie cracked, and my dream self wandered free. He and I are two where there once were many. We lived then wild on dune and crag. Now he watches the waking day, and I tend to the dreaming murmurs of the stone.
Aha.
I long to return to the reverie. While Calavar walks the sands, I must sleep. They are my friends, drawn here as I drift between the dream world and the world of the waking. The light, source of solace, snuck in, sharp knives, soft feet, stole the jewel from my side. Took it northward, through the narrow rocks, to their village of wood and cloth.
It's beginning to make sense. This Fey maiden is real, but I believe we're speaking to a projection of her as she dreams. There is a Fey hollow under this mine, where I'll wager she sleeps. And these other Fey, they are drawn to the power of this projection. Restoring to her this light she speaks of might calm things down. Find me at the Motus mining office when you return it to her. I'll make sure you're duly compensated.
Okay.
No, I feel quite certain. The maiden we see here is a projection of her dream self, as she calls it. The real Fae's asleep, somewhere in the hollow below us, I'll wager. And these other wild Fae are drawn to the power she exudes while in this form. Most likely return what was stolen to the Fae maid within the hollow. That is how these things tend to go.
No tak, kde seš? Tak.
I cannot rest. I cannot wake. My dreams are troubled. The light is gone. To the north, among narrow rocks, soft feet, sharp knives have set aside a place of rest, and were waylaid by many vines attracted by the glow of the light. Oh, the light, the light!
Tak. Kde pak je to tvoje světlo? Tyhle mrtvoly tady nebyly. Předtím. Zajímavý kladivo. Ale. Plus 45 zdraví. A tak tam nahoru nemůžu, že? Ne. To musím zase uběhnout. Moment, a když už jsem tady, tak si prokecneme tamhle toho a vyzdvihneme si tam nějaký quest.
In ancient times, the desert had no shade. The sun burned the land to ruin. The rivers disappeared, and the animals hid underground. The people cried to Helios for mercy, but he didn't answer their prayers. As the plants withered in the heat, the hollow lands echoed with the crackle of fires.
I watch them day by day, their foolish, meddling scampering to separate one piece of earth from a slightly different piece of earth. Fae know that the land will endure, will heal any wounds mortals can inflict. But I worry that these wounds may be long to heal. I cannot act, I am bound by our beliefs. But an agent of change could cauterize these wounds by making the century plants bloom. The little mortals, you mean? Forever cutting, clearing, digging, will they never stop? Won't they tire of it and go away? Normally they blossom only every 100 years. The land stirs and wakens, and what was worn away rejuvenates. That is the way of things. In ages past, we danced in circles on the dunes and sang sweet songs to the distant peaks. Now I alone walk here, while Arenda dreams in reverie below. I shepherd the surface, while Arenda sleeps beneath. I await the day when I may lay down to rest, as Arenda does, beneath the sands. The mortal's growing influence in this world wearies me. Have you met her? Fair and dark as the night itself. She will sleep until my time is past. Then I will lie down and dream, while she walks the sands. Oh, I cannot make them bloom, not now. When the time is right, one fey whisper will do. You mortals are not bound as we are. You can grow such things out of season. You wouldn't know with these little mortals here, but these lands are a fey place. And fey places need refreshing from time to time. The blooming of the century plants is the fastest route of recovery. The century plants have deep ties to the pulse and marrow of the land. Their breath wakens the desert, causes the rocks to stir and grow. A friend of the sands. You'll do what needs doing. You will need petrichor. Here's a skinful I have gathered. But first, you must ready the plant with fire. Only after fire will they drink the petrichor. There are 3 century plants in this land just now. Make all 3 bloom, and all will be well.
Okay.
The smell of the earth after rain. I have gathered it over years in that skin. For each of the 3 upon the sands, scorch it with fire, then slake it with the petrichor I gave you.
Okay.
Farewell.
To uděláme potom, někdy. Nejdřív pořešíme tohle z toho. Šípkovou růženku. Doufám, že tady nebudou zase se rozpůlnovat. Oj, zatím je to v pohodě. Tak. Aha, to budu muset už jít dovnitř, někam najít to její já, že?
Another come to steal the light, come to trouble the reverie.
Dobře, tak jdeme vnů. Ne? Proč mi to taká ukazuje zase, že mám jít ven? Ne, ono to bude asi jenom dole pod tím. Možná. A nebo to bude ten vstup. Druhý na té mapě. To nebude tohle, ale bude to tohle možná. Co? Jo, tohle to vypadá lépe už. Už mě to někam navádí. Okay. Aha. Takže tady si můžu vybrat. Buď to tudy, nebo tudy. A viděl bych to, že to bude asi tudy. Ještě tam je zakletí. Tak. Kde seš? Ne, tam ne, tamhle je někde. Jo, tady je. Tak, budíček, slečno.
The light, return to me. Did you do this? The blessings of the thorn and shadow be upon your head, little mortal. Now leave me to the reverie, and the deep shadow and the far wind sighs. This is home, the place of power. I can feel the mortal's presence above, taking, chipping away at the land. Calavar will not be pleased. I long to return to the reverie. While Calavar walks the sands, I must sleep. Now I have the light, the reverie will be untroubled. Now leave me be, little one. Leave me be. Ah.
Tak. Nepředpokládám, že odsud můžu. Jasně. Takže se musíme odejít normálně. Ještě to mělo být naprogramovaný tak, třeba, aby ve chvíli, kdy člověk splní všechno, tak aby normálně odsud mohl se teleportnout, aby to nemusel člověk furt ťapat zase zpátky. Lazův syn, to je špatně přeloženo, ne? Když on... Jestli to má referovat jako k Lazarovi, tak to není Lazův, ale Lazarův. Lazar byl ten, co se probudil z mrtvých. Pokud to má referovat teda, jakoby náš svět. Už tam není. Tak, hotovo.
A fey relic, was that it? She called it a light. I wonder what possessed those fools to steal it. No matter. Facts are, without you, I'd still be tugging my beard at the bottom of that slope. So please have this. The interest rewards those who smooth its way. All this caused by a stolen jewel. Remarkable. As I've always said, there's no understanding Fey. All the same, we ought to have known we were digging right above a Fey hollow. Didn't seem important at the time, I suppose. Foreman Vire? Head harder than a rock. and emptier than a mined-out stope. So long.
Tak. Zajímavý. Tak. Co ty mi dáš tady za vedlejšák?
You look well armed. Aren't you here about the Croddock? We have a vicious one on our hands. It's about the desert, killing any workers it can catch. How in blazes it developed a taste for gnome flesh, only that damn thing knows. Confound it. Between the Canyon Hill incident and that beast, our schedule's ground to a halt. I've heard bizarre tales about those caves. The workers swear they've seen ghastly men, ravaged by some plague or foul magic, pacing round the entrances. Know it as well as my own calloused hand. That's why they pay me good gold to sit here. You won't find much on the surface here, but trapped below is the salvation of Odessa's future. We've the raw materials under our feet to equip entire armies, and that's why you'll find Motus mining and, such as it is, Aaron excavations digging here. We don't have separate rooms, but we've got beds upstairs. It'll cost you, though. We're the closest thing to an inn for leagues around us. Are you enjoying your stay? Those beds aren't luxurious, but they're better than sleeping on the ground. No one knows what's at the top of Cloud Crest, but that don't stop folks speculating. I've heard the first Fae set foot in Amalur came from there. That'd explain why there are so many of them in Detir.
Myslím si, že se tam v té hře ještě podíváme.
I've heard the rumors. They might be saints or bastards, but they've coin to spare, and that's enough for me. We don't know where it got a taste for the gnome miners, but it's been terrorizing the Dunehead mine. Motus is offering a considerable bounty for its demise. Canyon Hill is up the eastern ledge. That's the one that spooked the miners. The Dunehead operation's hardly begun thanks to a vicious Croddock. Once word got out that Edgar Aaron had found this mineral-rich site, Motus rushed to get an operation set up here. I'm all the muscle they bothered to send. I'm the lone guard Motus hired to protect this place. They've given me a chief of security title, but that means nothing when I've got no men to command. Now we've got a Croddock that's more than a match for a small army. I know better than to go out there alone. They were the first mining operation here in the Hollowlands. Foreman by the name of Edgar Aaron. Rumor has it he spent every coin he had building his mine. When Motus moved in, they waved bags of gold in the faces of Aaron's workers. The next day, they all jumped ship. It's tragic, but it's business. You got the picture. Don't know how the damned old thing got a taste for him, but once it gets an idea, there's no stopping it. We've put a price on its hide, but who'd be crazy enough to earn it? Well, you sure? All right, it's your funeral. You should speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron Excavations. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. Edgar's lived in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. Aaron Excavations? They're the other mining operation in the Hollowlands. Motus's only competition. Not particularly stiff competition, mind you. Especially since Motus wooed all of Aaron's miners with much higher wages. He's the foreman of the other mine here. He knows a thing or two about the Hollowlands. Been surveying this place long before Motus moved in. He ran Aaron Excavations until Motus hired his workers out from under him. It's tough, but that's business. I'm not sure what he's up to these days, but he hasn't left. Speak to Edgar Aaron of Aaron's Excavations. He's been in the Hollowlands longer than any of us. He'll know how to find Bloodbane. I'll warn you, though, Edgar's bitter about Motus luring away his workers away with higher wages. He probably finds the situation ironic now that Bloodbane is attacking Junehead Mine. You look like you can take care of yourself, but you should be careful out there.
Tak.
Oh, it's you.
Opravíme se tady.
Name's Alex. I'll get it back to you as good as new. Paying for adequate repairs will save your skin.
Tak. Zkusíme ty kytky. Aspoň něco. Jo, to je ten, co tady stojí, jasně. Tak, nejdřív zkusíme asi tohle, ale musíme se teda portnout někam sem. Nemůžu? Aha. Tak. Tady to oběhneme. Nazdar, fešáci. Tak. Boty planoucího ohně. Jsem myslel, že ji budu muset nějak podpalovat nebo něco. Nejenom, že takhle na ní kliknu. Tak. Teďka se dostat někam sem. Tak. Znovu. Tak co je? Tak ono to fakt funguje. Že nejdřív na ní musím zakástit ten oheň. Schválně. Jo.
Then the winged Saina, the mediator of earth and sky, came from Ashara. She beheld the suffering desert and swooped down upon the hollow lands. Her feathers shaded the scorching sands. Her wings cooled the broken ground. Her tears fell to the dust where rivers were born.
Tak. Poslední. Dobře, tyhle jsou trošku pomalejší, takže v pohodě se mi může nabít ten úkol. Ten útok, ne úkol, útok. Mám zase ten special útok nabitej. Tak ho možná tady použiju.
Land flourished under her gentle plumes. As life returned to the burnt expanse, the people crawled from their caves and saw a majestic silhouette against the open sky. They praised Saina and worshipped her likeness. She replied with a call that still echoes on the wind.
To mi bylo bývalo. Možná vyplatilo ten útok použít na té předchozí velké skupině. Ještě se tam dát nějaký ty... Já furt zapomínám, že mám ty lahvičky s těma zkušenostma. Zvýšený. Co bych mohl sosat při tomhle tom. Tohle to. Přijdem do kruhu, kam bych to dal? Třeba sem. Musím na to myslet, a když bude někde nějaká větší skupina, tak si to sosnout. Tak, odevzdám to a tím to pravděpodobně ukončím.
Greetings, mortal. I can smell them on the dry winds. Your eyes may not see the natural decay, but I assure you, it is there. The little meddlers may do their worst. The Hollowlands will endure it and mend the wounds they make. Farewell.
Tak. Nemáme žádný aktivní úkol právě teď. OK. Tak. Což znamená, že jako další potom pořešíme tady toho krvomora. Ale to vyřešíme až někdy příště. A řekl bych to, že to bude až někdy za týden. Protože nám teďka začíná frontová linie a já nevím, jak dlouho se jí budu věnovat. Jestli teda celý týden, všech celých 8-9 dní, nebo jestli to třeba nezapíchnou hnedka, až ji budu mít splněnou a nebudeme zase hrát tohle. Každopádně určitě teďka bude na několik dní otečko a Amalur bude na chvilku na odpočinek, než to dohraju. Takže tady uděláme ukládečku. Ještě jednou takhle. A nevím přesně, jak to bude, jak zítra budou streamy. Teďka 1, 2 dny, 3, možná to bude takový zase všelijaký, jak jsem říkal už včera, ale nějak to bude. Nějak se snad pokusím to dát. Možná, že budou třeba i nějaký dopoledne. Když třeba nebudou večer, tak třeba možná dám, já nevím. Když budu mít chvíli, budu si chtít zahrát prostě tu frontovku a budu jí hrát třeba krapa díl, nebude to jenom tak jedna hra, ale dám třeba 2, 3 hry za sebou, tak když by to vyšlo třeba na nějakou hodinku, 2 hraní, tak bych třeba přitom i ten stream zapnul třeba i v průběhu dne, nebo dopoledne, nebo odpoledne. Uvidím, jak to prostě budu zvládat. Každopádně teďka budou prostě ty asi pár dnů ty streamy tak nějak možná všelijak. Ale ještě fakt si nejsem jistý, jak to bude. Třeba nakonec ne, třeba nakonec všechno budu v pohodě zvládat a budou normálně večer streamy, jako doteď. Takže asi tak. Tak, hodíme se jednoho takhle. Takže jo, přátelé, já vám děkuji za návštěva. Neumíme mluvit. Já neuměla mluvit. Já vám děkuji za návštěvu. Přeju vám krásnou dobrou noc nebo zbytek večera. 1 hodina ráno, takže krásnou dobrou noc. A uvidíme se teda s největší pravděpodobností někdy zítra, možná dopoledne, odpoledne nebo večír, já fakt ještě teďka nevím. Každopádně od zítřka a u dalších streamů teďka zhruba asi tak na týden to bude World of Tanks a frontová linie. A Amalur bude na týden si odpočinout. Takže jo. Pro teď je to všechno, mějte se hezky a zítra úvodka zase po delší době. Ahoj.